channel, It's Seri. Okay, in this video, we will talk about the basic technique of public speaking. Okay, before that, we have to know what is the public speaking. Public speaking is commonly understood as formal, face-to-face, and speaking of a single person to a group, a listener. Okay, when the material has done, what will we do on the stage so that our conversation is interesting and the message that we want to share to the audience is really delivered in their mind and heart. Okay, four things are confidence, vocal technique, expression and gesture, and the last, communicate. Well, confidence. I think confidence is very important. It is the root of public speaking. If you have the high amount of confidence to public speaking, then you will be able to master the following technique: vocal, expression, gesture, and communicate. But if the confidence hasn't formed, it will be difficult to learn all of them. You cannot even control yourself in front of the public. So please dealing yourself, get the right amount of confidence. After that, we'll learn the next technique, how to deal with it. The first, we have to know what is the confidence. Okay, confidence. Confidence is our trust to success in our work, include public speaking. So, you have to believe in yourself. The first, have a positive thinking in your mind so that we can trust if we are in front of many people. We can speak well. What's the way? Practice. So, the more practice that has been done, the more we know when we are in public, what will we do? And the next, vocal technique. There are four things we must pay attention to in our vocal technique. The first is volume, pacing or speed, articulation, and intonation. Okay, volume. Make sure the audience hear our voice comfortable. When we use a microphone, make sure our sounds are not small and not too big also, and not too far and not too close. So make sure that our sounds are comfortable to hear. Next, pacing or speed. Speaking speed depends on how is the materials and how the audience. If the audience is young and our material is not too heavy, maybe we can speak the more speed. So that is not boring. But if the audience is old, we can speak rather slowly so that the audience can get our materials and the message. But it would be nice if our speed of speaking is medium. Okay, next, the articulation. Articulation must be clear. If you talk a, I, U, E, O, it's not I, U, E, O. Make sure every word we produce clearly and don't forget the intonation. If you talk flatly without intonation, it's gonna be so boring. The audience will be lazy to listen if we just flatly. So put energy doing intonation and playing in your intonation. Okay, the next, expression and gesture. This is important also to super visual or appearance or ear look. Like I said before, if we just flatly, it will be boring. So play your expression in line with intonation. You can use the all of component in your face, from eyebrow, eyes, nose, cheek, and mouth and all of them can be used as expression. And then gesture. This is body movement so that we are not nervous like this. And the last, communicate. So if we speak on the stage, actually it's not about us. It's not about the speaker, but about the audience. So the important is audience and how to communicate with the audience. Maybe we can greet them, hi, hello, how are you? We can ask a question like, what shall we do? And then the more specific is the better. Okay, maybe just that today. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Who believe that America is a constant work in progress, who believe that loving this country requires more than singing its praises or avoiding uncomfortable truths. It requires the occasional disruption, the willingness to speak out for what is right, to shake up the status quo. That's America.
Berikut adalah 5 kalimat yang bisa menghancurkan hidup kamu. Yang pertama, bukan salah saya. Bukan salah saya dong kalau saya nggak pinter, gara-gara orang tua nggak punya duit, aku jadi nggak bisa kuliah. Bukan salah saya dong kalau saya jadi pengangguran, saya sih maunya kerja, tapi pasangan tuh yang ngelarang. Stop. Mau sampai kapan nih kamu menyalahkan orang lain? Mau sampai kapan kamu berlindung di balik kalimat bukan salah saya? Orang sukses itu pasti mencari jalan. Orang gagal selalu mencari alasan. Ketika kamu gagal bukannya bangkit, kok malah cari alasan? Gagal dan berhasilnya kamu itu yang bertanggung jawab atas hidup kamu, ya kamu sendiri. Kalau kamu hanya bisa menyalahkan orang lain terus-menerus, pastinya nggak akan pernah ada habisnya kan? Yang kedua, saya nggak bisa. Dikasih tantangan sama bos ini itu, belum dicoba tapi sudah bilang duluan, saya nggak bisa. Waduh, minggu depan saya harus presentasi dalam bahasa Inggris. Wah, mana mungkin nih, nggak bakal bisa, saya nggak bisa. Buka usaha jadi entrepreneur, aduh nggak bakal bisa deh. Nah, orang gagal pasti akan bilang, saya nggak bisa.
Sebagai perempuan, membuat pilihan seringkali menjadi tantangan. Kerap kali kita ditanya, bekerja atau jadi ibu rumah tangga? Seolah-olah memilih salah satu akan mengorbankan yang lainnya. Pilihan bekerja akan dilihat sebagai pilihan yang melawan kodrat, sementara pilihan menjadi ibu rumah tangga akan membuat perempuan dinilai mengorbankan bakat. Dilema dan penghakiman yang tidak pernah dialami oleh laki-laki. Kapan kita pernah mendengar seorang pria ditanya, mau berkarir atau jadi ayah yang baik? Tiap kali perempuan bimbang mengambil pilihan, orang-orang dengan gampang memvonis, perempuan memang ribet. Kami bukan makhluk yang ribet, juga tidak ingin ribet. Cara pandang dunia atas perempuan yang membuat kami harus bertimbang lebih banyak saat harus mengambil pilihan. Jika kami kadang tampak bimbang atau ribet, percayalah itu hanyalah akibat, bukan pembawaan.